Shalom, shalom, Israel. First, giving honor to the Most High. We good? Shalom, shalom, Israel. First, giving honor to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Today's class is we're finishing the story of Joseph. Patience and positivity. The story of Joseph. We're coming up on that finale, part 3. It's more so just reading to bring everything to a close and to get the last end of everything on how Joseph dealt with his family, his brothers in particular, how the ordeals that he went through led to him being put in a position to be able to do the things that he can and does for his family and for himself. But we'll start off here with Romans chapter 15 and start at verse 4. Let me get there with you, bro. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Again, for our brothers and sisters that have a hard time finding that balance of patience, having a hard time of, thinking positive or have a hard time of looking at things positively, even though everything else around you may seem like it's in flames, may seem like it's crashing down. This is the reason that this is here for. You know what I'm saying? This is reading to help build our spirits, to help build our minds, for us to gain that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, for us to be the better versions of ourselves, for not only yourself, but for your family, for your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, your nieces, your nephews.
That's right.
Your family, your relatives, whoever is in a position to be illuminated by your light. This is what it's for, right? Read.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
That you might gain that patience. Dealing with work, your captivity, your co-workers always busybodying, your co-workers always taking the extra 15 minute on their 30-minute break, your co-workers always underperforming, and then you got to pick up the slack. Your boss always seem to be like he on you, and everybody else is is getting treated differently to where they can, mess around, come in late. But it's always you when you decide that you're a little groggy and you can't wake up on time and you show up too late. It's always you that the gavel can seem to fall down on, like finding that patience, finding that positivity, This for some people, this just may be a stepping stone. The Lord is going to reveal something better for you, or you may be gaining knowledge, gaining tools, gaining experience in this particular trade to transition over to something else.
That's right.
Finding that silver lining. They say that we might have hope. That's the important thing of these scriptures, man, that we see ourselves in the ordeals that's going on, because there's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
Right? Go to Genesis 45. Let's do a real recap right quick. The book of Genesis, let me get that with you. Chapter 45, and start at verse 17.
The book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, this do ye, lay your beasts, and go get you unto the land of Canaan, mm-hmm. and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat of the fat of the land.
So this is Pharaoh telling Joseph. Remember, Joseph is only second unto Pharaoh. He telling you, man, go get your peoples. Go get your family, man. Go get your pops. Go get your brothers, your nieces, your nephews. Go get everybody, man, and bring them here, man. And we gonna give you the best of what we got, because of who you are, Joseph. You were such a help. The Lord touched you to the point where you were able to give us sight. You know what I'm saying? Give us the game during this famine. You was able to have a strong mind, man, being falsely accused on things you didn't do. You was steadfast and in the work. Your work spoke for itself. Your actions spoke for themselves. So this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to bless you and your family, man. We're going to give you the good of the land, right? Read.
Now thou art commanded, this do ye. Take your wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father, and come. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
He said, regard not your stuff, because the good of the land of Egypt is all yours, man. This is all you. This is the work that you put in, so these are the rewards that you get to reap, right? Read.
And the children of Israel did so. And Joseph gave them wagons, according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the way. To all of them he gave each man charges of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver, and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn, and bread, and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they did depart. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive.
He said, what, bro?
Joseph is yet alive.
See, the brothers, man, they're taking the word that Joseph is alive, man, back to their father, back to Jacob, back to Israel, to let them know Joseph is not dead. Read.
And he is the governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not.
He was like, man, my son is definitely gone, man. He's rent to pieces. I still have the bloody coat, right? Read.
And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. When he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph my son is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
All right, give me Genesis 37 and verse 3, right? That's what we're going to recap on the dream here, right? This is the brothers coming back to Jacob and letting them know these are the exploits of Joseph. This is the position that Joseph is in. He is yet alive. He's calling us to come unto the land. He's calling us to come so that we may reap the benefits. All right? Read that, bro.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him.
They what?
They hated him.
They what, bro?
They hated him.
Remember, man, these brothers, man, had an evil eye unto Joseph, man, because not only did Jacob love him, you know what I'm saying, because he came in his older age, but also for the Lord to deal with Joseph the way he was dealing with Joseph, that means Joseph was well behaved.
That's right.
That means Joseph listened. That means Joseph had faith. That means Joseph was 10 toes, doing everything he needed to do that was correct in the eyes of the Lord. So when the brothers doing mischief, guess what Joseph is? Joseph over here, he ain't playing around with that. Nah, bro, y'all doing too much. I gotta go let Pops know, you know what I'm saying? He was the one that was gonna shut all of the shenanigans down. And his brothers didn't like that, right? Read.
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
They couldn't even speak peaceably unto him because of how Joseph was, man. Joseph wasn't trying to do all of that extra stuff. Pop said we gotta do this, I bet we're gonna go do that. If we supposed to be in when the street lights come on, guess where I'm gonna be at? I'm gonna be in the house.
That's right.
All the other brothers, man, they still out there trying to play basketball, football, racing and stuff. And I realize when they get in that house, the rod that's waiting on them, the punishment that's waiting on them, nah, Joseph, I ain't trying to do that.
You ain't lying.
See, I grew up in the age right where things was turning. If my moms come outside and call my name and I didn't come in the house within the next 5 to 10 minutes, if that. If she gave me 10 minutes, if I didn't come in the house within the next 5 minutes, that means I was too far from the house.
That's right.
If she come outside and call my name and I'm not coming, it's gonna be hell to pay in that house when I get in there. See, that's the type of child Joseph was, man. He didn't go out there and touch the boundaries, man. See how far he can go before he get checked. No, he wasn't like that. So his brothers couldn't deal with him like that. Read.
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. He said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed.
Again, this is the dream which the Lord gave him, right? The visions that the Lord put on him. Read.
For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheep arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheep stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheep.
See, so what they were doing was they were, making a gesture of respect. They were bowing down, right? Joseph's sheep was standing tall while the other brothers, they were bowed down. They were laying down around him. Read.
And his brethren said unto him, Thou shalt thou indeed reign over us?
They say, man, so you gonna be over us, bro? So what you talking about? So you just think you better than all of us? Or you just over here having dreams that we just gonna be respecting you like that? Read.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
He said, man, so you just gonna reign over, you just gonna be over us, huh? Read.
And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream.
You good. I just wanted verse 8. See, Joseph was letting them know what was to come. The dream was a foreshadowing of where we are right now in the story. Because guess what they had to do? They had to bow their faces down in the dirt to him.
That's right.
For them to get the food.
That's right.
They had to come and prostrate themselves unto him because Joseph is second unto Pharaoh. If it wasn't for the fact that Pharaoh was there, Joseph would literally be the ruling factor or the ruling faction. This was a foreshadowing of what's to come. Let's go back to Genesis 46 and start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 46. And Israel took his journey with all that he had, and came unto Beersheba, and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night, and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here am I. Mm-hmm. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation. And I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thy eyes. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives, and the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him.
See, the Lord is telling the Lord is telling Jacob, don't worry. You good. You about to see your son again. Your family gonna be well taken care of when you get there. I'm gonna put y'all in a position to where you don't have to worry. You leaving everything that you had built over here, yeah. But guess what? You leaving that to come to a whole better place. You bringing your cattle in and have better grazing. You bringing your family in and have a better area, a better view, a better life. This is what's awaiting you. So don't worry about this trip. Don't worry about what's going on. You're going to see your son again, and your family is going to be well taken care of. You're going to be a great nation over here. Until Israel started to be Israel. But it's for a whole later subject. Read.
And they took their cattle and their goods, which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt. Jacob and all his seed with him, his sons, and his son's son.
It said Jacob and all of his seed with him, his sons and his son's sons. So his children's children, read.
With him, his daughters, and his son's daughters, and all his seed brought he with him into Egypt.
So Joseph was in such a great position that he can bring the whole fam, the whole squad, his brothers, his mother, his father, his nieces, his nephews, the cattle, everything that they own, man, from here to whole better area. And guess who in charge of it all? Joseph. Guess who's gonna make sure things is good? Joseph. Guess who's gonna be making sure that they in the best area where they located? Joseph. Guess who the lookout on making sure that the family is well taken care of? Joseph. All because of the patience that he had. All because of the positivity that he shown. He never once, in a bad situation, he never once disregarded the Lord. He never once was talking out the side of his neck. He never once lost faith. He never once did not see the silver lining in the situation that he was in, because he understood everything that's happening is to get me to the position I'm in now. Can you yourself truly say that I have those same characteristics? That being falsely accused and then imprisoned under those false accusations, you think you can come out there without a grudge? Your brothers, your sisters, whatever siblings that you got in your household, all plotting on you. Every time you wake up, they see you, they got their lips turned up at you. You gonna let that get to you? Or you gonna continue to do what you need to do in the house to make sure you ain't gotta worry about that rod, make sure you ain't gotta worry about that belt, make sure you ain't gotta worry about no punishment, make sure you ain't gotta worry about getting talked to sideways. See, a lot of us, man, we don't know how to take things on the chin, man, and grow from it. We get in our itty bitty feelings and we make things worse. Instead of examining things, really looking at what could happen if I make this decision to fly off the handle here, or what could happen if I decide to say this out the side of my neck over here, or what could happen if I don't say anything in a particular situation. Because sometimes silence is louder than somebody actually speaking. Having that discernment, knowing when to talk, what to say, when to say it, how to say it. You know what I'm saying? That all comes with patience. That's why I say this is for our learning, man. Picking up on these characteristics. Excuse me. Jump over to verse 29.
Verse 29. And Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to meet Israel his father to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive.
See, Jacob was so elated, man, that he saw Joseph, man. He fell on his neck and weeping. And he was weeping, he was crying. He was happy to see his son again, because in his mind, Joseph was dead. He was gone. Because that was the story that the brothers let him believe. Because honestly, they didn't know what happened to Joseph once he was sold off into Egypt. They coming back to the pit because they knew they threw him in there and they don't know what's going on. So they got to scramble and come up with a story to tell Pops, man, so he don't jump on them. See the excitement that Jacob had, man, seeing Joseph. He said he wept, man. He fell on his neck and he wept. He said, man, I can die now, bro, because I'm so happy. I'm good now. I go ahead and give up the ghost because I get to see my son again. My family is going to be taken care of. We're in a better position now. What more could a patriarch have than his legacy living on fruitfully, than his legacy living on happily? All because of the patience and positivity that Joseph had, man. Goes a long way. Read.
And Joseph said unto his brethren, and unto his house, his father's house, I will go up and shoot Pharaoh, and say unto him, my brethren in my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds, and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, what is your occupation? Then ye shall say, thy servant's trade has been about cattle from our youth even unto now.
See, Joseph is giving them the game, man. He's telling them, when the Pharaoh call unto you, man, and he speak unto you, and ask you, bro, what do you do? What is it that you do? What's your profession? What's your occupation? Right? What's your trade? What do you do? How do you bring in funds, right? How do you sustain your family and your way of life? He say, tell them that you're shepherds. You bring in your flock. You bring in the cattle. Tell them that you're shepherds, right? Read.
Both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
He's telling them to dwell in the land of Goshen. See, the land of Goshen over there is going to have all the things that they need for their cattle. It's the fat of Egypt, right? And see, shepherds are looked down upon. Shepherds are looked down upon in Egypt, right? Give me Acts 20 and 32. Excuse me. Get that with you, bro. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 20 and verse 32. And now, brethren, I commend you to God and to the word of his grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified.
See, the reason why I wanted to go there is just to show you that when you are steadfast, when you stick to the script of the Lord, man, when you do everything that you need to do, man, when you let your light so shine, when you speak to people peaceably, when you act accordingly, man, when your spirit is right, you ain't got nothing to worry about. See, in this instance, their inheritance, man, was a whole land perfect for what they do, for their cattle, for their family, for their sons, their sons' sons, their daughters, for all of them to learn a trade. Because back then, whatever your father did, you did a lot of times. So that means you have all of these years of experience under your belt for this. You know what I'm saying? You can be well off. Not only that, it's generational wealth. See, now, in this dispensation of time, man, brothers don't know how to do nothing but play the PlayStation.
Bring it out. You ain't lying.
Sisters don't know how to do nothing but go to the beauty store, bro, buy the best wig that they got on the mannequin, man, and cause hell. Hop up on social media, man, up on TikTok, do a little trendy dance, man, and go cry in the corner because they still depressed. Post a picture on Instagram. If it don't get 3,000 likes within the next 10 minutes, they over there crying because they think they ugly.
You ain't lying.
Everything is attention based now. Look at me, like me, agree with what I'm saying, talk about me. It's all about me. The vanity. Ain't no inheritance in it. Ain't no positivity in there. Go back. Genesis. So go to chapter 47, and we'll start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 47. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren, and their flocks and their herds, and all that they have, are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, and presented them unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto his brethren, what is your occupation? And they said unto Pharaoh, thy servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers.
Letting them know, man, we shepherds, man. We tend to the flock, right? And we have all of our, all of our ranch hands, essentially. That's what those extra 5 men and ranch hands, man, to help out, tend to the flock, right? Read.
They said, moreover, unto Pharaoh, for to sojourn in the land are we come, for thy servants have no pasture for their flocks.
See, we letting them know, man, we've come this far, man, but we don't have no pasture for our flocks to let our cattle graze, man, for them to grow up healthy and strong and without worry. We've come this far, but we don't have anywhere for them to go. Read.
For the famine is sore in the land of Canaan.
He say it's sore. Read.
Now therefore, we pray thee, let thy servants do well in the land of Goshen. And Pharaoh spake unto Joseph, saying, thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. The land of Egypt is before thee, and the best of the land. Make thy father and brethren to dwell.
He say the what, bro? The best of the land.
That's right.
He say the best of the land, man. The land of Egypt is before thee. And the best of the land, make thy father and brethren to dwell. Bro, that's like your brother, man, being the office manager at the apartment complex or the HOA in your neighborhood, man, giving you the best of the best. Your brother, the manager in the apartment complex, he put you in the best apartment.
That's right.
All of the amenities. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Bro, the lick of all licks.
Bring it out.
And all of this came about through patience and positivity. It came about through patience and positivity, man. These two things encompass a lot. And it goes a very long way. All off the strength of Joseph's name and his actions and how he was. That they getting the best. Even in a famine.
Bring it out.
Even in a famine, they coming up. What do you say? We making it out the hood with this one?
Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? If I eat, we all gonna eat.
That's right.
Patience and positivity, man. And we might have hope.
Bring it out.
Read on, bro.
In the land of Goshen, let them dwell. And if thou knowest any men of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle.
Hold on. He say make them what, bro?
Rulers over my cattle.
He say even make them rulers over my cow. So not only are they tending to their own flock, they dealing with the flock of the Pharaoh. So out the gate, they coming in on an increase. It's like you freshly coming into your job, you just got hired, and they already put you in a position to where you CEO. You vice director. Bro, that's a lick. A come up. All off of patience and positivity, man. But y'all don't hear me because we still continue to let the negative reign over us. Even today, for the brothers and sisters that consider themselves in the truth, we let the negative reign over today. Because what gets more push amongst Israel, bro? Foolishness.
That's right.
Idiocracy, bro. Violence. Hatred. Anything with a negative connotation, man, gets way more push than the positive. Because ain't nobody trying to come together, man. Ain't nobody trying to gather. Ain't nobody trying to grow. Ain't nobody trying to really build. Nobody's trying to set things aside, man, for not only their family, but for your neighbor, for your brother's family, you know what I'm saying? Making things so everybody can eat. Just like Joseph. Out the gate, bro, they've been uprooted. Whole family, all his kinfolks, all his relatives, father, brothers, nieces, nephews, everybody uprooted, boom, and put in a whole better position. Out the gate, coming in, getting the fat of the land. But we don't look at it like that.
Bring it out.
And it ain't even gotta be on such a grand scale for us. Like I was saying earlier, man, it'd be the small things a lot of times that matter, because the way that the dispensation of time is now, bro, you really don't have time to do much. Because you always got your head down, moving around in the system, man. You wake up, you're working 8 to 12, sometimes 16 hours a day. Barely have time to spend with your children, spend with your spouse, let alone do extracurricular activities. And in times like that, having a positive outlook, man, having patience really goes a long way. It helps you to keep your mind sharp from being burnt out. It helps to keep the stress down, because you're going to always look for the good.
That's right.
Versus dwelling on the bad.
That's
and letting
right.
the bad compile, let the negative compile, and now you're walking around with a dark cloud over you, and it's so contagious that it's branching off to the next brother. It's branching off to the next sister. Now you're looking at everybody as an issue. Your speech has changed, man. Your interaction with people has changed, man. It goes a long way. Just like this snowball, man, going downhill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it comes to an abrupt, and that's you crashing out. That's you spazzing out, turning into a crash dummy. And that's what ultimately we do. Because the negative has such a hold over our people, it's ridiculous. That's why this is for our learning, man.
That's right.
That we might have hope. That we gain knowledge, that we gain the wisdom, that we gain a little bit of peace, that we gain a little bit of solace. Because when you read this, you see you ain't the only one going through what you're going through.
That's right.
You wasn't the first person to have to deal with what you're dealing with. Somebody else got a whole story about it and got a way around it. But if you don't pick it up, if you don't read it, if you don't look for it, you'll never find it. If you don't unclog your ears, you'll never hear it. If you don't apply the eye salve, you'll never see it. Keep going, bro. Finish it out.
Verse 7. And Joseph brought in Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, How old art thou?
He said, man, how old is you, bro? What's going on, man? Read.
And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, The days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years.
He said 130 years. We wish that we can live to see a time like that. But see, this dispensation of time, bro, nobody takes care of their body. Nobody watches what they eat, what they do. All they do is follow along in the system. Eating all of these defiled foods, man, and everything off the market got all kind of poison. Just the right amount of poison, man, to pass through the CDC, man. Got it filling you up with toxins and heavy metals, man, and parasites and whatever else they can get their hands on to put in your food. Man, literally, the CDC, you can have a certain amount of mold within your food and still be able to sell it and eat it. Bro.
Bring it out.
It's not set up for you to be able to get to 130 because everybody got their head down, man. Everybody is just rolling with the punches, moving with the motions, man. Nobody trying to see the light. Nobody trying to hear the voice of the Lord, man. Nobody trying to gather together. Nobody trying to learn how to fend for themselves, man. How to actually grow food that is actual food that will give you the nutrients and the energy you need for your body to function correctly.
Bring it out.
For your mind to always be sharp, for you to not feel fatigued, for you to not sit down and eat a small portion of food and feel bloated, or not eat a portion of food and feel like that you sick, or feel that you just so tired. But see, you ain't got to worry about that. Because guess what? You got Joseph over here, bro. He giving his family the goods. He in a position where they can do everything that they need to do within means of the Lord. And we can be in that same position if we listen. If we change how our spirit operates, if we start vibrating, man, on the correct frequency with the Lord, man. But we ain't trying to hear it. Read on, bro.
Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been, and have not attended unto the days of the years of my life of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and went out from before Pharaoh. And Joseph placed his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramesses, as Pharaoh has commanded.
See, he gave them the best of the land. The best of the land. Again, I cannot stress this enough, man. The characteristics, the spirit, brother, the mind that our forefather Joseph had, bro. He was dwelling with the Lord. Off of the strength of that positivity and that patience, bro. Positivity, man. Not looking at his brothers, man, when they came back to him face to face, being in a position that he's in, but he could have did them something so dirty. But he tested the brothers to see, have they matured? Are they the same brothers that came together, man, under one accord to do evil against me? Or are these brothers, man, have they realized the fault that lied in them, and the wickedness that they have, the capacity of evil that they have to do, man? Are they looking back and moving forward, trying to do better? Because see, right now, a lot of our brothers and sisters, man, hold a grudge. Want some get back.
You ain't lying.
You did this to me, so I got to do this times 2 to you. See, he just let it roll out because he understood what the Lord was going to do. All of this was a build-up for them to be in the position that they in now.
That's right.
Excuse me. Read on, verse 12.
Verse 12. And Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and all his father's household with bread according to their families.
Read on, bro.
And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore.
Again, and there was no bread in all the land, but yet Joseph and his brothers and their father, bro, was able to eat well. Famine throughout the whole land. Everybody struggling. Everybody trying to figure out where their next meal coming from. Everybody trying to figure out what's going on. But guess what? Israel and his lineage ain't got to worry about nothing. All because we got the person that's over everything right here in the household. The perks. See, when you display that positivity, man, when you have that patience, you don't realize how much of a blessing you can be to somebody else.
That's right.
How much of a bright light, man, how much of your enthusiasm, man, and your joy and your happiness, how much that can counterbalance or counteract, bro, the negative cloud that a lot of our brothers and sisters walking around with. How much of a blessing you can be to other people, man, if you just display these two simple characteristics, man, being patient and positive. Because you never know who really watching you.
You ain't lying.
You never know who really looking at you. You never know who really peeping game on what you got going on. So why not let your light shine? Let you be the ray of sunshine on everybody else's cloudy day, man, to get them going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I commend my bro Jacob, man, because when we be in captivity, man, bro always energy on 1,000.
That's right.
Let's go. Let's get it. Everybody have a good day, man. Everybody be safe out there, man. Everybody get back intact.
Right.
That's contagious.
You ain't lying. It is.
That's contagious. Now you got other co-workers, man, taking on that same spirit, doing the same thing for their job.
Right.
For their people, for their co-workers, for their associates. Positive. Goes a long way. Read on, bro. Verse 14.
And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, "Give us bread."
See, when everything was down bad, when everything went sour, bro, guess who they came to? Joseph.
You ain't lying.
Because this is a position that he was put in because of how he acted, because of how he operated, because of how he spoke, because of how he thought, because of how he carried himself. He was the go-to. If you need anything, come see me. If we ain't got it, we'll find a way to get it. Read.
Give us bread. For why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, "Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail." And they brought their cattle unto Joseph. And Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses. And he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When their year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, "We will not hide it from my lord, how that our money is spent. My lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my lord, but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?"
So everybody coming to Joseph trying to get fed. He's saying, "Give me the cattle, man. I'm going to give you the bread." Give me the cattle right here, man. Give me your herds, and I'm gonna give you the bread to be fed, right? Equal exchange. Read.
Both we and our land, buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because a famine prevailed over them, so that the land became Pharaoh's.
So Joseph was out here monopolizing all of the farmland. Brother built in a position, man, to claim all of the farmland. And what we gonna do? We gonna give you this land. We gonna give you this land, but also we'll be service unto the land, man. We gonna work the fields. That's how bad this famine is. That people are having to give up these type of things just to survive, just to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you having to go pawn that Xbox, having to go pawn that TV, man, having to go pawn them J's, man, for their rent money.
Woo!
See, being in a position like that, man, the brother is able to do so much good. Because again, you got to remember the mind of Joseph. It's a well-off man. If everybody coming to me, man, and they giving me the rights to their land for the farming, bro, and now I have people to work that land, guess what? You ain't got to worry about another famine. Positivity, man, and patience, bro. Being put in a position like this. Read.
And as for the people, he removed them to the cities, from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof. Only the land of the priests brought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh, and did eat their portion, which Pharaoh gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands.
Read.
Then Joseph said unto the people, Behold, I have brought ye this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. And it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and the fourth part shall be your own, for seed of the field, and for your food, and for them of your household, and for food for your little ones.
He's saying for the food, man, you're gonna give a portion unto Pharaoh, man, and then you'll keep your portion for you to do with what you will, for you to eat, for your horses, man, for your family, to keep those seeds for the next generation of growth. Being put in a position like that, man. How many of us actually keep the seeds from our fruits and vegetables, man, and actually try to grow your own food? You know what I'm saying? It's a little tangent breaking off, but if you're trying to be around as long as you can, man, to help your family, man, to help your brothers, man, again, I can't stress how much of an importance it is, man, to put the correct things in your body. Because even the quote unquote medicines that they give you, man, is still filled with poisons, bro. They give it to you to instead of to cure your ailment, to stave it off long enough for you to have to go get a stronger dose. Have for you to pay more money. A lot of the things that ail the body, man, can be cured. You just gotta stop ingesting your sugars.
That's right.
You gotta stop letting the mucus sit in your body, man. You gotta detox, man. You gotta deworm yourself, man. You gotta get the correct fruits, the herbs, man. You gotta do your body well. Because guess what? Your mind is gonna follow.
That's right.
Your attitude is gonna follow.
That's right.
Your outlook on life is going to follow.
That's right.
Just had to throw that out there right quick, man. Go ahead and read on, bro.
Verse 25. And they said, Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servant. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt unto this day, that Pharaoh should have the fifth part, except the land of the priests only, which became not Pharaoh's. And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the country of Goshen, and they had possessions therein, and grew and multiplied exceedingly.
He said again, man, the Pharaoh gave them the best parts of the land, and now they're growing, they're multiplying, everything is going well, and at an alarming rate, man. Read.
And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years.
So not only was he was 130, but he came over from the travel, man, and came and he lived a whole nother 17. A whole nother generation of his legacy is coming through. Being able to see his sons, his daughters, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren be able to be well off. See how well that they're progressing through a famine. Not have to worry about having to go ask or go find or go search for the food, bro. It's already there. Everything that they need to sustain their family, it's already there. All because of how positive Joseph was, because of the patience that Joseph showed throughout his life, man. Can't stress it enough, man, how much of a blessing you can be to other people. How much of a advantage that your light is when it shine, man, and it shine bright. But you gotta be walking with the Lord, man. You gotta be moving like Christ, man. You gotta have it on your mind, just like Joseph. Every day is a fight.
That's right.
Every day is a fight. Are you gonna give in and let that negative take over? Or are you gonna continue to fight, man, and have that positive outlook? Are you gonna be patient, man, and see the silver lining in the wall of flames that surround you? Because the Lord told you, but He's not gonna put you in a position that you can't escape from. Matter of fact, let's get that right quick. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Get that with you.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13.
Read that, bro.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Mm-hmm.
But God is faithful, who would not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
He said He gonna make a way. Make a way for you. What you think Joseph was going through? He didn't make a way for him. He was steadfast, ain't lose his faith. Strong. Being tempted, man. The woman coming in there, feeling and rubbing all up on you, man. Lay down with me, be with me. I know you want some. Come get some.
Woo.
How many of y'all will be able to turn it down, brothers?
Woo.
You come over the crib, man. Your partner tell you, yeah, man, go ahead, go in, man. You good, man. My rib there, she good, man. Just make yourself at home. How many of y'all gonna get too comfortable? His girl starts throwing the choosy signals, man. How many of y'all gonna hit that with the Heisman, man, and let your partner know what's going on?
You ain't lying.
Or how many of y'all gonna go in there and lay down? Because the Lord make a way for you to escape. It's on you to go ahead and walk through the door.
You ain't lying.
Let's go back. 47.
Genesis chapter 47 and verse 29. And the time drew nigh that Israel must die. And he called his son Joseph and said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and deal kindly and truly with me. Bury me not, I pray thee, in Egypt. But I will lie with my fathers, and thou shalt carry me out of Egypt, and bury me in that burying place. And he said, I will do as thou hast said.
As Joseph speaking unto Jacob, man, let him know I'm going to bury you with our forefathers. Read.
And he said, Swear unto me. And he swore unto him. And Israel bowed himself upon the bed's head.
Jump down to chapter 48.
Chapter 48.
Keep rolling.
And it came to pass, after these things, that one told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob, and said, Behold, thy son Joseph come unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself, and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, and I will make thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee, for an everlasting possession.
This is Jacob, man, telling him, man, what the Lord has told him, man. He said, you're going to get there, man. You're gonna get to see your son, man, and you're going to have your family's going to be a great nation, right? Read.
Verse 5. And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto Egypt, and are mine. Salaki.
Hold on, read it again. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. And thy issue, which thou begettest after them, shall be mine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance.
So he's letting them know, man, that Ephraim and Manasseh are falling in line with the inheritance of the brothers. Read.
And as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan, in the way, when yet there was but a little way to come into Ephraim. And I buried her there in the way of Ephraim, and the same in Bethlehem. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons, and said, Who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, They are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them, and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, I have not thought to see thy face, and lo, God has shewed me also thy seed.
He said, man, I at one point, man, I thought I would never see you again, and now, not only do I get to see you again, man, I get to see that your children, that my grandsons, man, are strong. Read. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And Joseph brought them from between his knees, and bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near to him. And Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hand wittily, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, God before whom my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, walked, and God which fed me all my life, long unto this day. The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them.
He said, let my name be named on them, that they fall in line in the same lineage as Abraham and Isaac. Read.
And the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into the multitude in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that his fathers laid his right hand upon head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. And his father refused.
He's saying his father, bro. He's telling his father that Manasseh is the firstborn, not Ephraim. Put your hand upon his head. Read.
And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly the younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
Hold up. Just a small little tangent. It's also going into the same thing as Jacob and Esau. Just dropping that little nugget, but read on.
And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Jacob, behold, I die, but God shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite, with my sword and with my bow.
Read on, bro.
Chapter 49.
Jump over to verse 28.
Chapter 49, verse 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and that is that their father spake unto them, and blessed them. Everyone according to his blessing, he blessed them. He charged them, and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abram bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. There they buried Abram and Sarah his wife, where they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave.
Slow yourself down, slow yourself down. Read verse 32 again.
Verse 32. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And Jacob had made an ending of commanding his sons. He gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people.
So this is just going into the latter end of Jacob, man, just bringing Joseph's sons into the fold, man. That's where you get to your Ephraim and Manasseh for falling in line within those two slots between Joseph and Dan. But just throughout the whole ordeal, man, seeing how Joseph operated, man, starting off in the position, man, where everybody in the house but your mom and your daddy disliked you. Everybody had an issue because of how you carried yourself, how you spoke, how you operated. You were the quote-unquote black sheep out of everybody else. To them plotting on you, going through with one of their plots, putting hands on you, throwing you in a pit, to plotting to kill you, then plotting to sell you, to you being sold. Now you working as a servant. But not only you working as a servant, but you being put over all of the other servants. You the one to go to. You the head honcho, right? The only other person that got more power in the household is the actual the master of the house. Then, from you doing your job so well, that the wife of the master trying to get us up. Trying to push up on you. And you shoulder block, Heisman. Every pass, you blocking it down. Every shot, bro, you Matumbo, not in here. To where now, she done grabbed on to you, she telling you, now you gonna take it. You gonna give it to me. And you so distraught, but you run out and leave your clothes. Now she plot on you. Falsely accuse you. Get you thrown in prison. Now you're serving time. False charges. But even though you was thrown in jail under false pretenses, locked down, you the one to go to. You got the most freedom. You orchestrating everything. You getting everybody together. You the man on the yard. Then you get out off of the strength of someone you helped previously when you was locked down. Brought in front of the ruler, man, showed that what you got to say actually matters. What you have to say is right. Showing that you are better off out and helping progress things to the point where you done came out of prison, bro, and now you second only to Pharaoh. Come up of come-ups. Fresh out the pen, man, going straight into to CFO. Vice president of the company, bro. Now, if anybody got anything to say, they got to come to you before they go to anybody else. And not nan time through that ordeal did you curse the name of the Lord? Did you curse the name of your brothers? Did you dwell in bitterness, in anger, in hatred for not only your brothers, but also for your false accuser? Always seeing the positive side, always looking at the bigger picture, always seeing the silver lining. And not once did you let it get you down.
That's right.
Again, man, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, can I even go through one of these things and not bear a grudge, man? Can I go through one of these things, man, and not curse the Lord? Can I go through one of these things and not seek revenge? Can I go through one of these things and not bear hatred? Tell you, man, nothing new under the sun, man. These stories, bro, of our forefathers, bro, is to help strengthen us.
That's right.
In the time of need, when it feel like we have no other way, man. That's why the Lord say, I give you a way to escape. Then, not only after you get put in a position to where you second in charge, the very same people that did you dirty growing up, that talked about you, that hated on you, that plotted against you, that put their hands on you, show up in front of you in the lowest of lower states. And you in a position to either uplift or destroy. But you took the high road and you uplifted. You tested the spirits. You strengthened your brothers. But again, ask yourself, you put in that position, is you really not going to get some get back? Is that thought of revenge not going to cross your mind? Because it didn't on Joseph. It was nowhere near in his thought process.
That's right.
Bro, that patience, that positivity, bro, goes a long way. Helps to strengthen your mind and your spirit, bro. When everybody start coming with the BS, boom, 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 bro, you got the armor on. No fiery dart can make its way through.
That's right.
Let's go ahead and finish it out, man. Let's jump over to chapter 50, start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his father's face, and wept upon him, and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. And when the days of mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore, let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. And Pharaoh said, Go up, and bury thy father, according to as he had made thee swear.
See, man, even the Pharaoh, bro, was like, bro, go tell your business with your family, bro. Honor the wishes of your father. Who am I to stand between you and taking care of the business with your family? Having favor, man. All because of his positivity and his patience. Read.
And Joseph went up to bury his father. And with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house. Only their little ones and their flocks and their herds they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen. And it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Altad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Altad, they said, This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore, the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abram bought with the field for a possession of a burying place of Ephron the Hittite before Mamre.
So again, man, Joseph, man, is taking Jacob, man, and burying him according to his wishes, man, in the same place as his father and his father's father, man. Read.
And when Joseph's brethren saw their father was dead, they said, Joseph peradventure hate us, and will certainly require us of all the evil which he...
Read 14 again.
14. And Joseph returned into Egypt, and had his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, and he had buried his father. Verse 15. When Joseph's brethren saw their father was dead, they said, Joseph would peradventure hate us, and will certainly require us all the evil which we did unto him.
See, man, now the brothers thinking like, dang, bro, Pop's gone, man. The one thing that probably was stopping him from, man, for getting on our head, bro. He about to do something dirty to us. This is the thought process of his brothers, man. Thinking that their get back is right around the corner. But let's see how Joseph operate. Read.
And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil.
See, Joseph is receiving the apology, man, from his brothers according to their father, man. He's letting them know, man, go ahead, bro, let your brother know exactly how sorry y'all are, man. Tell him, man, that you're sorry, bro. Apologize with the utmost respect, man, and honor and love with your brother. Read.
And now, we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good.
He telling his brothers, man, y'all might have thought of it as evil that you've done unto me, but the Lord looked at it as good. Because it was the building blocks, it was the foundation for us to even be here to this day. For us to have the best of the land, for our flock, man, to graze in the best of the fields, man, for us, even in the family, man, to be able to eat well off, be in the position, man, to put jobs in places of people, man, and put food on their plate, man, and have brothers being able to take care of their family, man. We're put on a well-off position. So don't look at what you did as evil, man. Look at what God did as good. Read.
To bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear ye not. I will nourish you and your little ones.
He said, I will nourish you and your little ones. Read.
And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. And Joseph dwelled in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh.
So not only did he live a long time as his father, he was also able to see the generations to come from his seeds. Read.
The son of Manasseh were brought up upon Joseph's knees. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land, unto the land he swore to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall come up upon my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. And they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt.
Go back to verse 15 and read to about 21. I just want to go over that one more time, man. Just to show again, man, that the brother Joseph mind never veered to the left, never looked at his brothers in an ill manner, never had hatred, man, never had a grudge, never wanted revenge, man. Read that again, verse 15.
Verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us.
He said, man, Joseph for sure, bro, is going to want our head, man. He want to do something bad to us, man. Read.
And will certainly require us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them,
hold up. Read verse 18 again.
Verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants.
He said, behold, man, we be thy servants. Hold that. Go back. Excuse me. Genesis 37 right quick. Let me get there. And read verse 8.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 8.
Now, start at verse 7.
Verse 7. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheep arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheep stood around about, and made obedience to my sheep. And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us?
He says, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Read.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
See, again, man, you see the difference in the brothers here versus the difference in the brothers here, man. The spiritual growth, man, the maturity of the brothers, man, to understand, bro, that they did their brother dirty. All their brother wanted to do, man, was good. They hated him. They belittled him. They bullied him, man. They did everything that they could, man, to Joseph. All because Joseph wanted to let his light shine. But you see the difference, man. The brothers, man, they telling you, man, we went off. We sorry, bruh. We thy servants, man. Let's go back. Finish it out. Verse 19.
Verse 19. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God?
He said, fear not, bro, for am I in the place of God, bro? Am I the one to judge our brothers accordingly like that? Am I the one to throw that stone, man? Read.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me.
He says, you, bro, you thought evil against me, man. You thought you did evil against me. Read.
But God meant it unto good.
But what?
But God meant it unto good.
But God did what?
But God meant it unto good.
He said, God meant it unto good. Because again, bro, look at where we at. Look at what position we in. How can I hate you? How can I bear a grudge, man? How can I seek vengeance when we better off now than when we was then?
That's right.
Bro, who can say, how many of our brothers and sisters, bro, can really say that they would have that thought process? Same brothers, man, plotted on you, man, put their hands on you, put you in the pit. Wanted to see you dead. But he said, you ain't do no evil unto me, man. God looked at it as good. Because look at where we at. How many of y'all are mature enough mentally and spiritually, bro, to really see that silver lining? How many of y'all really got patience, man, to sit there and analyze, bro, everything that's going on, man, and see it for the better? How many of y'all really got that positive outlook, man? Read it again, bro.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day.
He said to bring to pass as it is this day. To put us in a position of where we winning. Where we well off. Where we good. Read.
To save much people alive.
To do what, bro?
To save much people alive.
Not only, man, to make our family good, to where we straight, but to help and save everybody else round about.
That's right.
How can I hate you? How can I seek vengeance, man, when you put me in a position, bro, to where I can do so much good? Why hate that? Why sully that? Why discount God like that? Read.
Now therefore, fear ye not. I will nourish you.
He say, fear ye not, bro. I will continue to nourish you, bro. I will continue to do everything I can. I will continue to be my brother's keeper unto you and unto your family. Read.
And your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them.
Man, again, bro, I pose this question, man. How many of y'all can go through a small portion of what this man went through, bro, and really look at things on the positive side? Really have the patience, man, to go through it and not bear that hatred, not seek revenge, man, not curse the Lord, not want no get back, bro.
That's right. That's right.
It show you, bro. Everything bro, is bulletproof, man. It's waterproof. It hit you and it just roll right off. It hit you, man, and just bounce back off, bro, because it don't matter.
That's right. That's right.
The Lord already got a plan. He already got it laid out. All you got to do is walk.
That's right.
Have faith. Move like Christ, bro. Take the reading, man, and utilize it. Don't just read it. Don't just look at it as words on the paper, man. Let it fill you.
That's right. That's right.
Because this is our strength, man. He say this is for your learning.
That's right.
Take a look in that mirror, man. Start to build yourself. And on that, we say shalom.
Shalom.